Today on Bike Trekking with Carl, we're back in Skye, but not for long, because we're crossing the Skye Bridge. But then, we will be taking a return ride on the last turntable ferry to exist in all of Scotland. On this ride, I visit Eilean Donan Castle, a location known for its history and appearing in many famous movies. I'm removed from a private estate when accidentally trespassing due to a GPS error, so stay tuned for that. And I tackle the famous Ratagan Pass. This channel's still growing, so your interaction, your comments and your likes really do help this channel grow, and even a subscription if you're feeling generous enough. So without any further ado, let's do this. Good morning and welcome back to Skye. Today I am going to be riding across the Skye Bridge over the ocean and onto the mainland. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one, but it is a frosty one today. It's cold. Frosty might be an exaggeration, but it's cool. You forget how much cooler it is up north, but hey ho, that is what it is. So we'll just see how we get on, because really this isn't a mountain bike route today. I can't bring a whole fleet of bikes with me, so it's the mountain bike it is, and it has been a trusty one so far this holiday as well. So yeah, let's get going. And now it was time to leave the cozy caravan behind and head out on another adventure. Now, the roads in Skye get insanely busy, so an early start was absolutely necessary to beat the traffic, although that wouldn't last for the entirety of the day. But for now, I had my eyes firmly fixed on one location, and that was the Skye Bridge, because we were about to leave the Isle of Skye and head to the Scottish mainland. Here we are, the Skye Bridge, the place I've wanted to cycle across all holiday. Well, let's just check this out. Oh, and it smells like fish here, really strongly. I'm assuming that thing over there is for unloading fishing vessels. But just look at this. So this bridge was built in 1995. They originally used to charge a toll for it, and per mile it was one of the most expensive bridges in Europe. So there was protests from the islanders, because it's obviously crippling having to pay a very expensive toll every time you want to exit and enter the island. So eventually in 2004 the toll was dropped, and now it's just free to cross. It must have cost a fair penny to make though, because look at the size of it. It's huge. This bridge actually cost £39 million to make. Adjusted for inflation in today's money, that's over £100 million. The advantage of being on a bike means you can actually pop your head over the edge and look at the old Eilean lighthouse. This has been there since 1857 and was oil lit to make sure ships could voyage safely in and out of the loch. And just like that, for the first time in 1 week, I'm back on the mainland of Scotland. Now it's on to the Eilean Castle. The A road running alongside Loch Duich is busy. There are some mixed-use cycle paths there, but they don't last long. It's not a fun road to cycle on this one. I think even if you're a hardened road cyclist, it's not fun. There's lots of blind summits. There's lots of tight turns, blind corners, and there are trucks just hammering it down from what I assume is the quarry on Skye. There's a big quarry on there, so there's big trucks loaded with stone just flying around the corners. I get so tense on the road these days, ever since I got hit by that car. Like when I'm on the road, I get so tense that my back starts to hurt. I can see the castle. The castle's in the distance. Eilean Donan Castle. It's situated on a small tidal island and is accessible by a stone footbridge. It was first fortified in the 13th century, likely by Clan Mackenzie, to protect the area
from Viking incursions. Later, it became a stronghold of the Clan MacRae. The castle was destroyed in 1719 during the Jacobite Rising when government ships bombarded it. It was rebuilt somewhere between 1912 and 1932 by Lieutenant Colonel John MacRae Gilstrap. But the reason I know this castle, and maybe the reason you know it too, is because it's featured in many films including Highlander. But not limited to that, The World Is Not Enough, Elizabeth the Golden Age. This is a highly photographed and filmed castle. It's a popular stop for people on their way to Skye and leaving it.
The castle isn't open yet, but there's no time really to stop anyway, even if it was. We're back onto this bloody awful road.
Desperate to get off the busy road, I trusted Komoot, my GPS app. Now it does have a knack of sending me down private roads or roads that don't exist anymore.
I feel like this is one of the times I shouldn't trust Komoot, but I've just had enough of this road for now, so I'm going to trust it and go off down there. There's like a little gap.
At first the path seemed fine, and then there was a couple of clues that there might be issues, such as an intercom.
And this looks like somebody's private estate. I mean, I don't know whether it is or not. It's not signposted to say no entry. But when there's an intercom on the front, let's have a look.
Then a helipad.
I go into some super rich person's estate. Holy shit. That's a helipad. Is that a helipad? What else can it be? That's a helipad. Just over there. Okay. Komoot, what are you doing to me?
Eventually I was intercepted by somebody from the estate.
Following a GPS route and it told me this was okay. Is it a private estate?
Yeah.
Is there anywhere I can just...
Here.
And I honestly don't want to be here. Is there anywhere I can get out?
Yeah, so if you go back up.
So I may have sounded a little bit blunt there and a little bit to the point, but from my experience, the best thing to do is if you ever find yourself somewhere you shouldn't be, is make it adamantly clear you want to leave. Somebody legally can't hold you there. It would amount to false imprisonment. Don't take your legal advice off me, but if you refuse to leave or you didn't make it clear, then that's when you could find yourself in some murky legal water. And if you've ever dealt with the police, you know it's a roll of the dice depending on what mood that police officer is in that day as to how they deal with the matter. So just get yourself out of there. Leaving the estates, I was back on the road again, and I ended up at the Pit Stop Cafe where I stopped for a quick bacon sandwich and enjoyed the view. Now Ratagan Pass was closing in, and so was the weather. So I just took my time to enjoy the scenery and the wildlife, and soon it'd be time to leave the A road for good. And I was just a little bit happy about that.
Yes! Yes! We are away from the A road and we are now on B roads.
And this quiet road comes with a price. It takes us to Ratagan Pass.
So the bad thing about cycling up mountains is cycling up mountains. But the good thing about cycling up mountains is you don't need a drone. Because you can just do this.
Ratagan Pass is an old military road with gradients as steep as 18%.
This guy's got the right idea, check this out. Here he goes. Here we go. Could do one of those. Didn't know they made these things with engines on them. Right, onwards.
Along the way I was able to find quite a few little spots where I could just stop and enjoy the view. Unfortunately, some really bad weather moved in and visibility was poor, and it meant I couldn't fly the drone to show you. But trust me when I say, it's hard work getting up here, but I'm sure on a clear day, the views would be spectacular.
So we're pretty high up. This has got to be the top now, surely. This has got to be the top. And it goes up like a little bit around the corner, but it can't be much higher than this. Surely not. That has got to be it. No way there's any more. It's really cold. Ooh, icy. Oh, it's cutting through me. Oh, there's cows on the road. What are you guys doing up here? I'll give you some space. You having a good time? It's cold up here, mate. I wouldn't like it up here if I were you. I'd go somewhere else. Just my opinion, like.
Please remember this video was filmed in August and it felt like winter up here, so wrap up warm if you're coming to Scotland. And the descent, well, I wish I had lots of great stuff to say, but it was that cold and that wet that anything that came out of my mouth was pretty much nonsense. So I had things to say like this.
Did anybody tell Scotland it's summer?
And this.
Squeaky bum time, squeaky, squeaky bum time.
And this.
We're going down the mountain when she comes. We'll be going down the mountain when she comes.
But the key takeaway is, I had a lot of fun.
We'll be going down the mountain, we'll be going down the mountain, we'll be going the mountain when she comes. Yeehaw! Woohoo! Glenelg, Earth. Twin with Glenelg, Mars. Glenelg on Earth? Is there a Glenelg on Mars? I'll have to look that up when I get back.
And the ride was nearing its end, and this would be my last ride of the holiday. Glenelg is surrounded by rugged hills, coastline, sea views. It's absolutely teeming with wildlife. Otters, seals, porpoises, sea eagles and red deer. But of course I was here for one reason. Glenelg is home to the very last remaining turntable ferry in Scotland, which I was about to ride. However, there was a tiny problem. I might have just missed it.
Right, I think the ferry crossing is near. Seems to be a lot of people on foot. Oh, look at that, I just missed the ferry. What are the chances? Look at that. So I literally just missed the ferry. However, apparently it does come back pretty regularly. It said once every 20 minutes on the website. But I've been told they might break for lunch. I'm hoping they don't. Oh, my wife's calling me now. Right, I'm gonna go.
At this point, I was resigned to a very long wait. I could see the ferry was packed to capacity. The crew were going to break for lunch soon, and I was the only person waiting on the other side to go across, so I couldn't see them coming back just to pick me up. But I'll be honest, I wasn't sad about it, because if there's any place to get stuck in the world for an hour, well, this has to be it, doesn't it? So I pulled a meat pie from my panniers, settled down, and got ready to watch the last ferry crossing as they brought back the customers from the other side, and then presumably they would break for lunch. And to my surprise, once they had finished unloading all of the passengers from the other side, with me being the only person waiting here, they beckoned me on, and I ran for that ferry. And I was about to get a solo ferry ride on the last turntable ferry in Scotland, and I was guest of honour. The crew told me they'd seen dolphins here, they were in the area at the moment. The ship's dog, whose name was Glenelg, enjoyed a bit of my meat pie, of course with the permission of the captain. I was having that much fun, I almost forgot I was meant to be filming the crossing, but I still got these shots. And this brings me to the end of my Scotland holiday. And what an absolutely perfect way to finish off the video.
That's brilliant, thank you very much. You guys having lunch now then? Right, well enjoy. Well, there we go, there we have it. What an absolute epic ride. Finished on a ferry, started on a bridge, crossed a mountain. I was meant to be crossing a second mountain, but I don't have to do that because I'm getting a lift. Listen, I reckon I could have done it. I reckon I could have done the second one. This one isn't as big as the last one, but it's still big. It's still big and it's still steep. But I'm on holiday with my family and I want to spend some time with them. So what better way to do it than meeting them here at this lovely little spot where there's seals and dolphins and all sorts. So thank you very much for watching. This is going to be my last Scotland video for now anyway. You never know. No, it definitely will be the last one for now. And I will catch you on the next one. All right, thanks very much. Bye bye.